Hello, hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we will talk about ES6 modules of JavaScript. So before you do that, anything other than the coding, what you need to do is you create a package.json file, and in that you can write a key value pair type colon module. Now, if you highlight this using Z or Node.js, it will tell you when set to module, this type field allows a package to specify all .js file within our ES modules. If the type field is omitted or set to CommonJS, all JS files are treated as CommonJS. CommonJS means node module, but we will see in a bit that is not true. ES6 modules are used everywhere in JavaScript ecosystem. The CommonJS module system is old and is not used even in Node.js. Like earlier, we said that Node.js uses what you call a CommonJS module, but that is not true. For example, if you look at HTTP module, let me show you. It does not use require syntax. It uses import syntax, and it uses export syntax here. Okay, so this is ES6 variation. So now we will proceed. I have some notes here so that I don't forget that what I intend to discuss. So ES6 added import and export keywords to JavaScript, and the real modularity became available to the JavaScript and Node.js ecosystem. Now, on a conceptual level, both the systems of CommonJS and modules are similar. That is, each file is its own module. Constants, variables, functions, and classes defined in a file are private to that module or file unless they are explicitly exported. In regular scripts, which we have been doing till now, top-level declarations of variables, functions, and classes go in a single global context shared by all scripts. With modules, that is not the case. Each file has its own private context and can use import and export statements. The other difference is that if we have to use use strict to enable strict mode in regular script, but in ES6 strict mode is by default. Okay. Also in ECMAScript 6, that is ES6 module system, functions, when you invoke, okay, then this is undefined even in top level code. But in scripts, web browser and Node set this to the global object. This we encountered when we were doing the OOP of OOP set. So one of the objects files over here contain that code. Let me show you. It was there in one of the files. I don't remember. So let's forget about it. So I had shown about anonymous functions where we did some node magic to get rid of this global object. Now, how do we export and import constants, functions, and classes? So in this module, which you see module2.js, we have written a keyword export here. So these are exported as a module. So pi, degrees to radians, and circle, these will be available in another module. I'll show you an example, okay? Module 3. So here, for example, we have imported pi, degrees to radians, circle from module2.js. This is how we import them. And we have imported another x here. In that, there is another x. We'll talk about that in a bit. Now, once it is imported, I can say console.log pi, I can create a circle, and I can say console.log c.area, and it should give me area of that. Okay. So we'll see the output at the end. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now, instead of writing all these export words separately, what you can do is you can say export this. Okay, that is a facility you can have. Now will be a problem because we will have two export statements. All right, that works. Okay, we have a class X, we import a default. Now the thing with the default is that there can be only one default export. Okay, but named exports, these can be many. Right? So there are some notes I have. Regular exports with export can only be done as on declarations that have a name. Default exports with export default can export any expression including anonymous function expressions and anonymous class declarations. This means that if you use export default, you can export object literals. Export keyword can only appear at the top level of your JavaScript code. You may not export a value from within a class, function, loop, or conditional. So that's what we have been seeing, that export is at the outermost level of the script. Now we look at import. Okay. Now by convention, all the imports are at the top level, but you can import anywhere in your code. Right? It does not matter whether you are importing inside functions or something. The scoping rules will apply, but wherever you import, it does not matter because like function declarations, imports are hosted to the top. Now there are some rules about the name of these imports. A module specifier string, that is this string, must be an absolute path starting with slash or a relative path starting with dot slash or dot slash, or a complete URL with the protocol and host name. The ES6 specification does not allow unqualified module specifier strings like util.js because it is ambiguous whether this is intended to name a module in the same directory as the current one or some kind of system module that is installed in some special location. Okay, now the question which comes to us is that should we use Node.js, CommonJS modules, or we should use the ECMAScript modules? The answer to that is that all modern JavaScript ecosystem is based on import-export. For example, if you look at HTTP module as I showed, Node.js itself also does not use CommonJS. Node.js is using import-export of ECMAScript 6. So ideally, you should not be using require here. That's a bad idea. Rather, you should import and export. Now, I have this file from previous video where we had mean and dev and we were assigning it to module.exports. So this file is altered a bit and we are exporting mean and std here. So suppose we want to import everything from module1.js, then we can import it as import star as stats from module1.js, and then we can invoke mean on the stats.mean on this. So now let's run this program and we see module3.js. Okay, so there is something. Okay, so import also runs the program, and when you import a script, that script is run. Okay, the require is not defined in ES6. So what we can do is we can comment this out. Okay, now it should work. And we have stats is not defined. Let average is equal to stats. So we need to comment this out as well. And then we have what we need. So this is the value of pi, the first one. Then we have circle 5 and the area is printed. And then we have mean of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will end this video here, but we are not yet done with the modules, and there will be more information about ECMAScript 6 modules in the next video. And that is when probably we can end this. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and learned something useful from it. So we will cover rest of it in the coming videos, maybe 1 or 2 videos. So also that you can go to my website https://punjika.ashtavakra.org and make a login there, and you can ask questions or give answers. You can use the tag of JavaScript for asking questions, and if there will be more tags needed, I will add those. So if you have questions or if you want to learn from me by asking questions, you can ask the questions over there. YouTube comment box is good, but it is not really suitable for discussing large questions. And it is difficult to retrieve the answer after you have asked it. But if you do it on Kunjika, then it will be very easy to retrieve your question. So with this, I will end this video here, and we will meet again after 4 days with another video on modules. Till then, stay curious, keep learning, and most importantly, enjoy.